Welcome, everybody, to Frostbytes. We are here with episode 4. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I forgot to say our names.
It's okay.
Co-hosts. We are the co-hosts. Cassie, Mann, Spencer, McPhee.
Hi,
How are you
everybody.
doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little razzle-dazzled.
Yeah. You had a big day.
I just got a puppy. Yeah, it's a big day.
My goodness.
Big day. But now we're here. We're recording a podcast. It's a little later than we expected, but
That's okay.
happy to be here.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about our personal games of the year, as well as I guess we're gonna discuss the Game Awards games of the year.
Yeah, we can talk about that briefly.
Some of the big ones at least. And then we're gonna look ahead. We're gonna talk about our most anticipated games of 2024.
Nice.
Maybe some predictions
Yeah.
for 2024. And then kind of similar to Spotify Wrapped, Nintendo
Yes, the Nintendo Wrapped.
does a 2023
review kind of thing.
recap Wrapped situation. So I don't know. I thought it'd be fun if we just like looked at ours and
Yeah, that sounds great.
because the numbers don't lie, right? It gives
No,
all
they
of
don't.
the
It gives you
playtime.
the information.
Yeah, your top games per month, all the playtime. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to look at that.
Awesome.
But yeah.
And then we're going to talk about the Indigo Disk as well, right? Which came out
Oh yes.
last
How could I
week
forget?
from the time of us filming this.
Yeah, last Friday the 14th.
Do we want to talk about that first? Get it out of the way?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can.
And
do
then we
that
can go
first.
on to our wrap up / anticipation
Right.
2024 predictions.
End of the year.
End of the year things.
into next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Indigo Disk came out. Or sorry, I guess it didn't come out Friday. I think it came out Thursday.
Wednesday, technically.
Right, Wednesday night
It came out
For
Wednesday
us.
night for us
at like 9 p.m.
at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Because it was like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Thursday in Japan.
Yeah. And you were playing it right away on
I was
stream.
playing it right away on
Yeah.
stream.
So
Yep.
tell me about your first impressions. What'd you think?
And immediately, I was like, okay, wow, there's a lot here. There's so much more than there was in the Teal Mask.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay. Because, like, I haven't completed my Pokedex yet in any region in this game in Pokemon Violet. And it's just like, okay, well, the DLC, I was like, okay, I'll get a little bit more done then. And then that was great. I did get a bit more done. And then there was also the Kitakami decks that I had to worry about. So I was working on that. And then now there's a whole other one that I got to get. The Blueberry Academy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've actually like Teal Mask, I went through really quickly. I did the story. The story totally. Oh, thanks, Yellow. The story captivated me. I really enjoyed the story in Teal Mask. It was short, but I liked it, and that's what I was like. I'm just going to get through the story, and then I'll focus on everything else after.
What about the story captivated you? What did you enjoy about it?
I don't know.
Was it
Thinking back on it, I don't know a specific thing. Yellow. I don't know anything specific that I can think of, but I don't know. I feel like they're just good at storytelling.
Did you vibe with the characters?
Yeah, I thought the characters were cool.
Okay.
And just having something because after you finish the main story in Pokemon, it's kind of just an open sandbox. Do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you feel.
There's no
yeah.
direction.
Mhm.
Where with having the DLC and it having the story, it's like, oh look, I have something that I can follow along with again
and work towards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I find that I do kind of need a little bit more help with, is just having a direction.
Right. Some sort of goal. And yeah.
Yeah. And so I was just really interested in that and was excited to go through that. And didn't really take a lot of time. I didn't take it slowly.
Mhm.
I finished the story in maybe 3 days max.
Mhm.
And then spent a little bit of time catching some Pokemon, and then was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Mhm.
But now I was like, okay, I really want to try to complete my decks at least. And so immediately I got down to, are we doing any spoilery kind of stuff?
For the
For
Teal
the,
Mask?
for the Indigo Disk.
The Indigo Disk?
Like I haven't I've gotten through the story very far, but
Okay. I mean,
like
I don't.
can we mention the terrarium?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
that's in the marketing. That was
okay,
in
great.
trailers.
Yeah, immediately when I got to the terrarium, I was just like, I'm just gonna catch a bunch of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And did that, and then I did a little bit of the story stuff, and now I'm back. Like, I went back to Area 0, and I was like, I'm gonna go catch some more Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like I'm just taking it a lot slower, and I like it.
Cool.
And it feels like there's a lot more to do as well, which I think is maybe why I'm taking it slower, because I know that it's not gonna just be over so quickly.
Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that continues to be true without spoiling anything. Lots of what the Indigo Disk ends up introducing to you ends up being much more of a marathon than a sprint.
Yeah.
As far as really like end game stuff, you know, they really want you to like spend some time
totally
with the post game now,
which I'm excited to do.
Yeah, the Teal Mask, I think you're right. It was like, here's a story, and it's pretty much it's pretty condensed and kind of confined within a vacuum, even though like the characters that they introduced, Kieran and Carmine, the siblings,
it obviously set up the Indigo Disk.
Yeah, but it's like its story is separate from Paldea, and it's separate from the Indigo Disk.
It is kind of like its own isolated thing.
Other than the characters, Kieran and Carmine, who show up at Blueberry Academy.
Watch your face.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're hiding.
I'm used to being.
I know we're in a different setup.
I'm used to hiding behind something.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it so far?
So far, well, I mean, I want to avoid spoiling it, and I'm worried I might mention something about the Indigo Disk that's like further than you've gotten.
Okay.
So if I do mention anything and you're like, whoa, just like.
Well, can I tell you where I am story-wise?
Totally, yeah. Let me know.
I'm not very far. I've defeated 2 of the Elite 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you've begun the story.
I've begun the story.
I think that's perfectly fine for like talking points.
Cool.
But I've beaten it and
nice.
am now at the point where it's very obvious that it is a marathon,
right?
Because you've unlocked the BBQs. Yes. I won't get into them.
The barbecues.
The barbecues. Yeah, I won't get into them yet, but I have thoughts and feelings.
Okay. I also have thoughts and feelings.
Overall, since I've finished it, I really enjoyed it. I think that the design of the terrarium and the 4 different biomes is really cool.
It's really cool, and it's huge.
It is, yeah. It's a large
big area.
Space, but I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like playing Minecraft and how you would like be in a desert and then very nearby there would just be like icebergs.
Yeah,
it's kind of similar where like just very stark contrast of the biomes is just like reminding me of that. But yeah, I don't know. I like the way that they. I like the terrain, I guess, or the design of the world within the terrarium.
It's really cool, and it's very different from the rest of this like generations. I find. Yeah,
it's fun to explore, and I like a lot of the Pokemon that they brought back. Like 2 of my favorites, Lapras and Lantern.
Yes.
Are back, which is nice.
They also brought back every single starter Pokemon.
Every starter is obtainable, and you can catch them in whatever Pokeball you want, which is wicked. That's always nice, and they're shiny huntable.
You know what? Who is not in the game, though?
Who?
Togepi.
Oh!
This is the first Pokemon game that Togepi is not in.
I hadn't even realized. But you're right. Oh, that's tragic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah,
for Togepi lovers.
Yeah, they started doing that with Sword and Shield with Dexit, as fans referred to it as.
Right.
Where some Pokemon, I don't know, like there's over 1,000 now.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many.
Yeah, I guess like I don't know. I would like to think that even if you can't catch a Pokemon in a game, you should still be able to transfer a Pokemon into a game.
So if someone has a favorite Pokemon, they can at least still have it.
Yeah, there's still access, but. Yeah, Sword and Shield, like you can't get a Pidgey, for instance.
Dang.
And I guess Scarlet, I didn't even realize Scarlet Violet you can't get Togepi, and that whole line. And there's going to be so many more that I haven't even realized yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But one of my favorite things about the Indigo Disk is as you're playing through the terrarium and you run into trainers, every battle is a double battle.
Yes, double battles are the thing in Blueberry Academy.
How did you find that? How did you find the double battle experience?
It's been good so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of them.
Difficulty wise, did it change much?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I've done double battles before, and there's a little bit of it in the main story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a sleeping baby puppy. Oh, so
Lemon
cute.
is so
Lemon is so cute. You gonna come show her?
Brief lemon intermish.
Oh, wait, coming a little closer. Oh, sleepy puppy.
Oh, she's so soft.
This is gonna happen a lot. We're gonna be interrupted by puppies. But yeah, like I think what were we talking about?
The double battles.
The double battles. Yeah, I think they're cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind them.
A thing I really like about it is they kind of frame Blueberry Academy as like a battle centric place.
Yeah, that's the kind of the vibe I get. Like especially with like the league and everything. Like it's like, oh, okay, like this is the battle spot. This is where you battle.
They like have classes that would like teach battle strategy or whatever. And so the official form, I guess, for official Pokemon battles is double battles.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of a nice way with this DLC to teach a player who maybe isn't super familiar with double battles, kind of like how they function. And also it gives so many examples with so many of the trainers of strategies you can employ in a double battle.
Yeah, for sure.
There's simple ones like having a levitate Pokemon and an earthquake using Pokemon on a team together. And then there's other really niche strategies with like, there's a Pokemon called Oricorio that has an ability called Dancer. And if a Pokemon uses a dancing move, Oricorio will then copy that move and use it as well. So I ran into a trainer who had 2 Oricorio. They each use a dancing move and both Oricorio copied it. So both Pokemon effectively attacked 4 times in one turn.
Whoa.
Oricorio itself isn't a very strong Pokemon, so the strategy isn't like, too broken or anything. But it's just interesting to see them like employ
a strategy like that.
Yeah, doubles strategies in particular. Because the base game...
Yeah, I don't think about strategies that much.
No, but like neither...
Like, can I one-hit this guy? Sure.
Yeah,
great.
You're really just thinking about like type effectiveness.
Yeah.
And the base game is all singles. Teal Mask, all single. Most of Pokemon history has been like predominantly...
Yeah, for the most part.
Mostly singles with the odd double battle here and there, except for Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness.
Right.
And Colosseum turned 20 years old this year, and I wonder if this is sort of a way to kind of nod at Colosseum with the double
without
battle
actually like remaking it or anything.
Yeah, I've said before in previous episodes where Game Freak didn't make Colosseum Next to Gale of Darkness.
Yes,
and I don't think
they're happy about
I don't think those games are ever going to be remade. But maybe just to sort of pay respects to those games, this DLC was a way to do that with all of the double battles. Maybe.
That's fair.
That's probably me inferring a lot, but I just like to think maybe they would do that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
But yeah,
that idea.
And just the like standard running around and catching Pokemon in the overworld is like the best part of this game as a whole.
Yes,
and the DLC offers more.
I still wish it was a little bit better. Like, I wish it was closer to the overworld of Arceus.
Right.
Because that
was peak.
That's peak.
Yeah, I agree.
And really, like, it's good. I mean, the only things really that I don't like are Pokemon not loading in until they're right in front of you and you run into them when you didn't want to. Hi, Yellow. Just always wants to be pet. And not being able to, like, catch a Pokemon with just like throwing a ball, because that's what I really liked in Arceus. Because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy Pokemon trainer. I use quick balls all the time.
So do
and
I.
I just want to just like catch them, get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to wait for the animation and all that stuff and then be like, okay, now I'm going to get my Pokeball out. I'd rather just throw it, be done.
Mm-hmm. They kind of, they in Scarlet Violet, not even just in the DLC, just in the game as a whole, they kind of went like halfway, where you can kind of lock onto a Pokemon and you can throw a ball containing your own Pokemon to initiate the battle.
Exactly.
And if you're sneaking and if you throw the ball at their back,
it's a higher chance.
You can surprise them.
Yeah.
So you can basically get a free turn, and it also increases your catch rate.
Yes, exactly.
Which is nice. Mm-hmm. So it's like they kind of took the idea. They wanted to keep still throwing the ball being in the battle itself.
Yeah, which is cool.
Rather than in the overworld like it is in Arceus, or like it can be in Arceus. But, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just thinking of the audio, I guess. I'm not thinking of the camera.
Important. It's fine.
Yeah, so I don't know. In Scarlet Violet, they kind of went like halfway with the idea.
Yeah, they did.
Rather than all the way.
And maybe it was because, like, you know, Arceus, I don't even know what it is. It's the same
I don't
thing.
know that there's
potato.
Yeah, it's like a tomato.
I think that, maybe that was like, okay, we're going to test this out, see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And then Scarlet Violet, they're like, cool, we didn't do that same thing totally, but, like, here's most of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall I really enjoy the Indigo Disk. I'm excited to play more of it. I had to go to Speedy Glass today to get our windshield replaced and I was sitting around for 3 hours and I just played Pokemon the whole time. So
okay, nice. Good old portable system, huh?
Yeah,
that old Nintendo Switch.
The old Nintendo Switch, just brought it with me.
Yeah. So speaking of being able to play more of it, they announced today there is an epilogue coming.
Oh,
for Scarlet and Violet DLC. So this isn't part 3, but this is going to be a continuation of the story.
Interesting.
You're going to go back to Kitakami with the 3 characters that you played through base Scarlet and Violet with.
Yeah.
Nimona, Arvin, and Penny.
Whoa.
You're going to go to Kitakami with them and have a little story.
That's cool.
They're calling it an epilogue, so I can't imagine it's going to be very long. It's probably going to be mostly narrative. There might be like a handful of battles in there. Scenes. But probably like the 3 characters from the base game maybe meeting Carmine and Kieran.
Kieran
is my hunch. Yeah. I don't know that they're going to introduce any new Pokemon with this or anything. I think largely it's going to be like a way to sort of sign off on the story, which is nice.
Cool. Well, that's good. I don't know. Like I haven't gotten to the end of Indigo Disk, but does it feel?
It feels like
unfinished.
It just feels like there's some loose ends.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, maybe hopefully that'll just like tie it off. A little bit.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Also, just want to note my Pikachu shirt.
That's a great. Yeah.
Also, I'm wearing. You can see them. Santa Pikachu socks.
Oh, cute.
He's wearing his little Santa hat.
Nice.
Yep.
You're
had to be festive.
Yeah.
And my little Pokeball earrings.
Yeah.
I was like, we're talking about Pokemon today.
Nice.
Gonna dress for the occasion.
Nice. I wore a Brood shirt.
Amazing. I love the Brood.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Brood.
Shout out to the Brood. Great band.
Great band.
Go listen to the Brood.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what else Indigo Disk related? I mean, I guess you met some of the characters. So you said that you've battled 2 of the Elite Four members.
2 of them.
So do you want to talk about the 2 that you fought so far?
Yeah. So I fought Crispin and the girl that's friends with Carmine. What's her name?
Amarys?
Amarys.
Yeah.
Yep. I fought both of them so far.
Cool. So what do you think of Crispin?
Crispin.
And specifically, what do you think of his trial?
I actually liked it.
Did you really?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a little silly, but like, I was like, okay, this is something different. And I think that's what stood out to me the most, that it was different than usual. It's like, okay, I got to make a sandwich. Okay.
Yeah, for Crispin's trial, you have to make a super spicy...
super spicy sandwich.
Because Crispin's a fire type user.
Yep.
And he's a cook. He's a chef.
Yeah, he's a chef.
He carries his
so
frying...
he's like, make me a spicy-ass sandwich.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I thought it was funny.
Did you fail the sandwich at all?
I did. The first time I forgot the mustard.
Me too.
Yeah. I was like, that's not spicy.
Is mustard spicy?
There's spicy mustard, but...
There's specifically spicy mustard.
I guess, like, mustard seed is spicy, but I wouldn't consider, like, yellow mustard spicy.
So I included everything on the sandwich.
Yeah.
The chorizo, the jalapeno.
That was literally the only thing.
The sauce, the spicy sauce or whatever, right? And I omitted the mustard. Oh, no. And Crispin was like, not spicy enough. And I was like, I'm not going to guess at this forever. Luckily, if you fail it, you don't have to do it all again. You don't have to battle everybody again, which I was where I was like, I know, that's what I was worried about too. Do all of this again.
I was like, I seriously, like, you have to like go and talk to everyone and negotiate.
Yeah, but you keep all of the ingredients and you just get to try the sandwich again. But I was like, I'm not going to guess at this because I thought for sure the first time I made the sandwich that it was going to be correct.
Right.
So I looked it up because I was like, I refuse.
That's fair.
And
I was just like, I must have just missed the mustard, and then I tried the mustard.
You just tried the mustard? Yeah, I was like, and I was shocked when I saw that I had missed the mustard.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, okay, this feels a little subjective. and I'm mad about how apparently strict this sandwich trial is supposed to be.
It had to be exact. It's like a puzzle, kind of.
Was it?
Not really, puzzle? No. But like, I can see how it could be.
Did one of the questions asked you it like gave you 3 ingredients and it was like, what does this make? It was like egg, vinegar
and olive oil.
Yes. And it was like
mayonnaise.
Yeah, it was how to make mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So I was listening to another Pokemon podcast and everyone on there was like, I don't know how to make mayonnaise. I didn't get that question right. I had to look it up. And I was like, that's funny.
That is funny.
that's funny that you learned.
It's not even that you have to know how to make mayonnaise. You just need to know what mayonnaise is made out of.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Ooh, those were big cracks. I'm sorry, everybody, if you heard that.
So I just find it funny that Pokemon is teaching people how mayonnaise is made. Specifically.
Wow.
But yeah, right. Crispin, I won't give away his fight, I guess. I guess we talked about his trial, but
yeah.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. But I liked his fight. I liked his what's the word I'm looking for? His like main
Pokemon guy. I know what the Pokemon looks like.
Yeah.
Fire duck thing.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that Pokemon, so I was happy to see him featured in that way.
Yeah, pretty
and then the other Elite Four member you fought was Amorous.
And
her trial.
What was her trial again? Oh, the flying
The
one.
Miracle of Flight.
That was so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little easy.
Well, it's interesting because there are other difficulties of trials that you can go back and do. If you go back to her
it'll like change.
Her gym, I guess, her area.
Yeah.
And you talk to the receptionist, there are other flight trials that you can do.
Cool, I didn't know that.
And and it's I don't know, similar to Spider-Man 2. Similar to Superman 64. You got to fly through some rings. And it increases your time and you got to make it to the goal before the time runs out.
Yeah, pretty classic. Like I've done a lot of trials like that before for sure.
Yeah,
her fight was pretty, like, it was fine.
Yeah.
I found it a little bit harder than Crispin's.
Yeah, she's a steel type user. I like that her whole thing is like punctuality.
Yes. Yeah, she's very punctual.
Yeah, and part of me was like, if she ever has like a really end game super hard fight, Dialga would be perfect for her because Dialga's like the god of time.
Yes.
And also part steel type. So anyway,
cool.
Yeah, I like that they all had either.
I liked her hair.
Her hair was really cool.
Yeah, it looks like the way that her hair is done. It looks like there's screws in her head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I liked the pocket watch.
The pocket watch was cool
for her. And then the other 2 Elite Four members, Lacey, who you meet pretty early on.
Yeah, she's like one of the first people you meet.
Yeah.
And then Drayton, is that his name?
Drayton, yeah. He's kind of a lazy dragon guy.
Lazy dragon guy.
So something that's interesting about the Blueberry Academy, even though it's in the middle of the ocean, it's still said that this happens in the Unova region.
Yes.
Which is the 5th generation. Have you played Black White?
I haven't.
No?
I've been trying to get my hands on one of those games, and they are so expensive right now.
Yeah. Black 2 White 2 especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, Unova, I mean, Black and White 2.
I've heard it's one of the best Pokemon games ever.
For a lot of people.
That's their favorite. Yeah.
So yeah, Gen 5 is adored, and it's kind of next in line to be remade.
That's what I was wondering.
Right.
That's why I'm like, oh, if they're doing this, then maybe they're gonna remake it.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that they're leaning into it more than they ever have before. Like, no, other than, I mean, in Gen 2, you went back to Kanto, but in most games that aren't remakes, they don't, I mean, they'll like reference, like you'll run into characters from other regions, but you'll never really go to another region. And I don't know, it's weird. This, again, it's in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Blueberry Academy, but they still say that it's in Unova.
Yeah.
But on the map, when you go to look at the 4 Elite 4 members, they all have little bios, and they all say a town in Unova that they're from, which is really cool, kind of like world building. And
cool.
Yeah. And then we also learn about Lacey, that her dad is one of the Gen 5 gym leaders.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Crazy.
So there's a lot of like, it feels like, they're building.
There's like some Easter eggs.
There's
and
there's so many Easter eggs. And like the music all throughout Blueberry Academy is Gen 5 music. The battle theme is the Gen 5 theme. A bunch of the themes, like each of the 4 biomes have their own themes, and those are all like remixed versions of songs in Gen 5.
Cool.
And so it's all very kind of Gen 5 fan servicey, which is great for fans of Gen 5. But it is interesting. I'm almost wondering if, rather than a remake, if instead they build from this and do, I don't know, Black and White 3 or something, right? Which would be nuts. They've obviously never done anything like that before. But it feels like they're introducing these characters who have relations to existing characters in Unova. I don't know. That it feels like a direction they could go, because I don't know that especially the way the last remake went, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, it was not great. I haven't even finished it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
They're not great. They're phoned in for sure.
Hopefully, like, the reason why I would love to see a Black and White remake is for the accessibility.
Absolutely.
Because especially like retro games and just like games in general, for the most part, are just like skyrocketing in the resale market, that it would just be really nice to make it accessible to other people. Like how we talked about with Thousand Year Door.
Absolutely.
How it's just like, this game is hard for people to get, not a lot of people can play it. This gives people another option to be able to experience that.
Access it, for sure. The issue is, like, if the remake is phoned in the way BDSP was, and the thing that they said with BDSP is that it was a faithful in quotations remake, but there were things that they kept the same that were bad, and there were things that they changed that were bad.
Right.
And there was no consistency in that regard. And so, do a faithful remake. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thousand Year Door looks like it's going to be Mario RPG that just came out.
I haven't played it yet, but I have it.
Is a faithful remake, other than like the UI elements.
Right.
Like, people want to play that game again, maybe with updated graphics or whatever, but do faithful, just like actually do faithful. If you're going to say that, make sure it's consistent. With what the game was. And so, I'm hoping that if they decide to do the faithful in quotations thing again for the Gen 5 remakes, if they decide to do them, that they do them properly.
I hope so. I really hope so.
But there's a part of me that's thinking maybe they go a different direction and they do for all intents and purposes, Black and White 3.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll find out.
But yeah, otherwise, like Indigo Disk, I think it's really good as far as it's giving some much needed post game direction to Scarlet and Violet.
Yes.
And with the BBQs, I guess we can talk about them.
Yeah.
The way that Animal Crossing New Horizons has the Nook Miles.
The Nook Miles.
Is it Nook Miles Plus?
Yeah.
Is that technically what they're called?
I think so. You start with Nook Miles and then you get Nook Miles Plus.
Right.
That has like the little daily ones.
It's the little daily tasks for you to do that gives you
small little tiny quests.
Right. So they've now implemented that idea into the Indigo Disk. You can only complete the tasks in the terrarium at Blueberry Academy, so you can't do these tasks in Paldea or Kitakami, which feels bad, frankly. I wish I could just earn the BP, which is the currency for doing these tasks. I wish I could just earn that anywhere.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the tasks are like catch a Pokemon, take a photo of a Pokemon,
catch a specific type Pokemon, travel for this many meters,
travel 500
yards or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's yards. And then after you do 10 of those, they give you a special one that's maybe a little bit more involved.
Like go do a Terra raid.
Yeah,
battle
make a sandwich with X amount of ingredients, and then you do 10 more, and then they give you like a bigger, much more involved, or maybe a specific catch quest that's like catch this specific Pokemon. Actually, with those, they kind of play Who's That Pokemon, where cool. they give you hints for
Pikachu.
Fuck. they give you hints for the Pokemon that they want you to get, and you kind of have to guess based on the hints, cool. Which is kind of cool.
Have you looked into like? I mean, you finished the game, so I'm assuming you've looked into like the computer and the League Club.
Yeah, and that's
the only thing that I've done so far is I've changed my throwing style.
Nice, that's cool. Yeah, there's some
I've got
cosmetic
the
stuff.
smug one now.
Nice.
So when I throw my Pokeball, instead of being all intense about it, I just go.
You just do a little
toss.
a little underhand toss.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. You're just like, I don't care.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Catch a Pokemon.
Yeah. Whatever.
Here you go, funny. Mewtwo. Get out of here.
So there are so many things that want a lot of BP from you.
Yes.
And the amount of BP that you get for doing the BBQs is so few, unless you're grouped with people. You get much more. If you're in a group of 4, you get, I think, times 4. I don't know. I don't actually know the number specifically, but you get so many more.
I need more friends to play Pokemon.
I know. So you can just like group with, so Mo and I played, we probably just like did BBQs for like hour and a half, 2 hours. And we ended up getting like 3,000, give or take.
Nice.
And all 4 of
3,000 BP?
BP. Yeah. And not like total, like each of us got 3,000,
nice.
Give or take.
Because each are like what, like 70, some are like a little bit higher. Like the bigger ones are like 100.
The things in the computer that you can buy?
No, like the
points
BBQs.
The points you get from doing the BBQs.
Or some of them are even like 10.
Some of them are even, like 10, 20. Like super, super low if you're playing solo.
Yeah.
But if you're playing with a group, that goes up exponentially. And yeah, they want a lot of BP from you to do everything.
They do. I saw like there's ones where you can like expand the different biomes.
The biomes in the terrarium.
Yeah, and it costs like 3,000 each.
It's 3,000 each. They're the big one, and that unlocks.
And that's how you get Mudkips.
Yeah, that's how you get starters. all 3 of the biomes can be upgraded individually, and starters start appearing in the biomes that you upgrade.
I know this because I tried to find a Mudkip the other day on stream.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't where it said it was, and then I read the article I was looking at further, and it was like you have to get upgrade this thing upgraded first.
Oof. Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted a little Mudkip.
I know. And yeah,
look at how cute they are.
It's such a Mudkip. it's a great idea to give you like little tasks like that while you're playing the game. Mm-hmm. It's just the point yield or the price of the things that you want to unlock it's way off.
Yeah, it's way off.
And like
they need to increase the amount you get from each BBQ, because I feel like with how little points you get,
Mhm.
it makes people not want to do it.
It's like not even worth, like the ones that are worth 20.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even bother. But I
and
also
you can pay to remove it from your list.
yes, you can change
Yeah, or like
what it
change
is
what it is for
with
like 10 BP or
which
something.
which is a drop in the bucket, but it's also like BP is like so valuable.
So valuable that you're like, I don't want to do that.
No. And I made a devastating mistake that I didn't really realize until afterwards.
Did you
And
buy something with BP?
well, okay, yeah, I did. But I before so you unlock the BBQs
Mhm.
after you enter the terrarium. You go to the coastal biome and there's an outdoor class
Yeah.
where you meet up with Lacey and you do something and then that unlocks BBQs for you, right? It's like one of the first kind of story beats
Yeah.
in the terrarium. But first you are introduced to the terrarium and I have a little bit of ADHD, I think, and
Me too.
just like explored the entire terrarium, caught like 80% of the new Indigo Disk
That's
Pokedex,
unfortunate.
and missed out on so
Much
many,
BP,
so much BP
yeah.
because I hadn't unlocked it. I knew that like at some point I would unlock that, but I didn't totally clue into
That's
like.
fair.
Anyway, so I guess if you haven't done the Indigo Disk yet, I'm going to look at the camera now. If you haven't done the Indigo Disk yet, go unlock before you do anything. Just
Get your BP.
make a beeline to unlock the BP or unlock the BBQs, and then explore to your heart's content because you're going to get so much more BP from catching all the guys, running around,
Yep.
taking photos of them. Again, yeah, there's a bunch
Good
of
to
different
know.
quests,
Good to
but
know.
yeah, I was like so bummed out after I realized what I had done.
That's unfortunate.
Because I missed out on a lot of BP. And again, it's so valuable.
It's so valuable.
But to the point where like in solo, you don't really gain very much. So I don't even really bother, like unless it's something easy, like collecting
That's the only
10
way
items
I
off the
do
ground or walking 500 yards or whatever.
Yeah, it was easy.
Those ones, they'll just happen anyway. So like whatever.
I think I've had one since I got it that's like catch a psychic Pokemon. And I'm just like, I'll just do it whenever it happens.
That'll happen when it happens. Yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way.
I'm not going to go out of my way to find a psychic Pokemon.
I know. So I think like it's worth it to kind of grind the BBQs in a group.
Yeah.
To make it more valuable, to make it more worth your time. Solo, I wouldn't bother unless you really want the starters. And then I would say like, I don't know, unless you want all of the starters, I guess, but specifically you want like Mudkip. I would like go until you get 3,000.
Get 3,000, go do the thing, and then be like, hey, here's my Mudkip.
And then, so like, I'm at a point where like I've upgraded one biome of the 4, and I still need like another 9,000 BP to upgrade the other 3. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah.
And I'm not really in a rush.
Maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll change the amount.
It'll be.
I doubt it, but
yeah. I mean, I think they've realized that like there was an issue. I think with.
I did see that there's going to be like an update in the new year.
Yeah,
version 3.0
and that's probably going to come with the epilogue.
With the epilogue,
yeah. I think they realized that the amount of Terra shards that are required to change a Pokemon's Terra type compared to the amount that you receive from doing raid battles or whatever didn't mix. And so to remedy that, in the Teal Mask, you can earn an item that will award you more Terra shards. And then in the Indigo Disk, they're just like on the ground. You can just like pick up Terra shards all over the place in the terrarium. So I think they realized like, oh, this is annoying for players to
that's good that they're listening to people a little bit, because I feel like Game Freak never does.
They definitely listen. Like they're aware of fan feedback. It's just like a matter of whether or not they choose to implement it. Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyway.
I feel like that's a lot of Pokemon.
It is. Yeah. Sorry if I rambled.
No, I love Pokemon. I don't think you rambled. I think it's just like there's a lot to talk about. But I think we probably should move forward.
On. Yeah. There's more I'd love to talk about with the Indigo Disk, with like story stuff.
Maybe we can bring it back in the new year once people have had some time.
Some more time, totally, yeah.
To play with the Indigo Disk, and then we can talk about some more spoilery type things.
Yeah, that sounds
I
good.
think that would be good.
Cool. I'm down.
Because then at that point, probably I'll be done it, hopefully.
And if not, I'm not gonna like put a time limit on you or anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I'm excited to play it. I'm
yeah.
excited to get more of it.
So far so good with the Indigo Disk, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess that can bring us into, do we want to talk about our Nintendo Wrapped
Sure.
next?
Yeah.
Because I know for me,
Do you have it on your phone?
I have it on my phone. I took some pictures of it. Where are they? So the Nintendo, it's not called Nintendo Wrapped. It's like Nintendo Year in Review or
Year
something,
in
right?
Review, yeah. If you're wondering about your own, I mean, I got it in an email.
year-in-review.nintendo.com is where you can find it. You didn't see this, right? I want you to guess my most played games this year.
Tears of the Kingdom, number 1.
Yep.
Breath of the Wild, number 2.
Yep.
Is Animal Crossing in there?
Nope.
Did you do that much this year?
Not at all.
Okay, so then Violet
Yep.
is 3.
That's it.
Okay,
Those are my top 3 games.
we did it.
I've got 112 hours in Tears of the Kingdom,
Nice.
88 in Breath of the Wild, and 41 in Pokemon Violet, which has increased since they did this.
Since this came out,
Since this came out.
Yeah, this doesn't include December.
No, it only includes part of November, I think. My most played month was May, 72 hours, when Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Do you want to guess my top 3?
Oh, gosh. Violet.
Scarlet, yeah.
Scarlet. I
Yeah,
don't know which one you have.
That's at 119 hours as of this.
Okay.
What's number 2 for me? What's here? I'll give you a hint.
Is Animal Crossing in there?
It's not.
Okay.
What's a game that received some extra content this year but didn't release this year on Switch? It received a good amount of extra content.
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
That's your top number 2?
I got 47 hours of Mario Kart 8 this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Every
So is Scarlet your number 1?
Scarlet's number 1,
Okay.
Mario Kart's number 2, and then another racing game is number
F-Zero.
F-Zero 99 at 42 hours.
Wow, that's
is-
pretty good
is
for that.
number
Only came
3
out
for
in
me.
what? October?
Was it-
September?
I wanted September maybe.
We talked about it in one of our episodes. I just don't
it came out a
remember.
month before Mario Wonder.
So September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mario Wonder came out October 20th, same day as Spider-Man. 2.
Hey,
there's an Oricorio in the chat.
Oh, speak of the devil. I ground F-Zero.
Yeah.
I love that game.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh man. You got to try it.
I got to try it. I want
Yeah.
to. I haven't had time.
It's free. I mean, it's free with Switch
It is
Online.
free with Switch
But yeah, it's great. Big fan.
Nice. Well, that's a good top 3.
And then they I won't get into this because it's kind of in the weeds, but they do kind of break down percentage wise, like
What type of game you like to play?
Yeah, your like genres.
Mine
I
are
guess.
action and adventure. Are like mostly it, and then there's a little. Mine's like 45% action, 43% adventure, 9% role playing, 2% party, and 1% racing.
You only party.
I only
2%
party
of the
2%
time.
of the time.
Mine
15
is like
total games, 254 total hours
254 total hours.
Yeah.
For the year.
for the year.
Yeah. Okay. My top is role playing, which I think is Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then it gives you every single game that you played for the year, and it asks you to pick a favorite.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know if I did that.
I don't know what. I think that's just something like you could share to your socials
Right.
if you wanted to or something. I'm just trying to see I did 38 games, 369 hours
Nice.
on Switch this year.
Sweet.
So there you go. There's our
It's our Nintendo Wrapped.
year in review. Yeah.
So out of, I guess, Nintendo Switch stuff, that's specific to Nintendo Switch.
Mm.
Out of every game that you've played this year,
Mhm.
what would be your game of the year?
I think even though I didn't beat it yet, Mario Wonder is up there for me.
Yeah.
I just like every time I played it, I just was enjoying it, and um, that doesn't sound like a like a glowing review.
It's a
But
great game.
yeah, I don't know. It just I think the thing that elevates it, and I mentioned this when we talked about it last time, is having the online turned on and seeing other players. It feels communal, and it really, yeah, I don't know, something about that made a lot of those levels, like, I think they were really well designed, but like there were like specific moments that became like memories.
Yeah.
Which is so nice.
That's
and
cool.
and just, I don't know, adds to the game as a whole.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be getting Wonder this holiday season, like for Christmas and stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think getting back into it after Christmas or after the holidays, and there will be like an influx of players playing online again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I haven't tried the online yet.
Yeah,
I honestly, like, I think I'm in the same spot that we were last time we talked, because I just haven't had time to play it.
Yeah, I mean, you're busy.
I'm a busy guy.
I think I only got through like one other world since we talked last. The thing is, like, Pokemon has like an iron grip on my like attention and time, and like not even just Scarlet, like
every Pokemon.
I'm playing like previous games, and anyway, so
I mean, we talked about this before. I started playing Emerald, so
yeah, that's wicked. And then so that's another thing that I wanted to talk about is games that didn't release this year that we played this year that you enjoyed. But
yeah,
what was your, I guess before, what was your game of the year for 2023?
So my game of the year, I think, would be Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise.
It's between Spider-Man 2 and Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
Those are my two most anticipated games this year. Somehow, both of those games released limited edition consoles and collector's editions, and I fucking bought them all because I was just so hyped. But I think Spider-Man takes number one for me. Over Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Mostly for the fact, well, there's two things really.
Okay.
One, I mean, Breath of the Wild is also up there because it, like, Tears of the Kingdom was so good because Breath of the Wild was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I played both. I finished Breath of the Wild this year, started and finished Tears of the Kingdom. Still have some stuff to do in it, but I finished the main story.
Mm-hmm.
But without Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't have as much added to it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And
Spider-Man 2, for the most part, I tried really hard to stay away from spoilers. And I, like, usually I'm like, oh yeah, like, I'll watch videos that are like talk about spoilers and stuff, but I didn't with this game, and it really changed my perspective on it.
Nice.
I think, because I was constantly surprised. Just like always, just like didn't expect things in that game, and I still have to 100% that game too. But I loved it. I think Spider-Man 2 takes Game of the Year for me, and then special shout out for Mario Wonder.
Nice.
Yep. But those are like my main ones.
Special shout out for me to F-Zero 99. That one took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And then I loved it, and I had like a passing interest in F-Zero, and now I'm like, I would like to say that I'm a fan, and I really want to go back and play the previous games in the series.
Nice.
But yeah, that's great. I'm really happy for you that that you decided not to look anything up for Spider-Man 2, and that it was a more fulfilling experience.
I think it was like, and usually, like, I'm like, oh, whatever, like, I just want to know because I'm excited about it. But this was one of the first times that I'm like, okay, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't really look at spoilers. I did have one thing spoiled, I think, but for the most part, I stayed away from it as well. But Spider-Man just somehow just blew it out of the park. It was great.
Nice.
Really good game.
Yeah. It was a really crazy year for video games as a whole. You know, there were a bunch of games.
Some of the best games. Like, a lot of people are saying like 2023 has been like the best year for gaming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good games out.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of games that came out this year that I don't think either of us played.
No.
Baldur's Gate 3, for instance.
I want to play it.
So do I.
And I didn't get it when it first came out because, I mean, at first it was only out for PC.
Mm-hmm.
My PCs cannot handle that with the graphical quality that I want to play it at.
Okay.
Just I need a new graphics card. But it's crossplay now, I think, and on all platforms. Mm-hmm. It looks really good, and it wasn't even one that was on my radar. I didn't even know it existed until one of my friends mentioned it to me. It was like, "Oh, I'm playing this game. It's awesome."
Yeah,
and then it won Game of the Year.
Yeah, I before it was out, it wasn't on my radar at all.
Yeah.
And then it released, and everyone that was playing it loved it, and was saying,
I think it was well deserved.
Yeah,
for Game of the Year for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of what makes that game great, from what I understand, is just the amount of player choice and agency, and everyone's experience seems to be unique.
Yeah,
which in a video game is hard to do because everything has been written and created. Nothing's just gonna happen like it would happen in the real world.
Yeah,
you can't.
Everything is generated to some extent.
Everything is there for you to interact with. You can't just you can't make your own. I don't know. You can't make your own stuff.
Yeah,
this is the closest I think a game has come to making your own stuff.
Totally.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I know what you mean.
But again, yeah, just the.
It's the most role play kind of thing.
Yeah, completely. And also for anyone that's interested in Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe has never.
Yes, that is another reason why I wanted
to play because they don't have a group or whatever. Yeah. This is a great
great way to get into
it. D&D adjacent, great for learning the systems of that. Yeah, I would love to play Baldur's Gate at some point.
Me too.
Just haven't. It's the thing about it for me is that since I know it's such a big game. Games like Persona 5, I feel similarly about, where I know that they're huge and that feels daunting and kind of intimidating. And
that is me all the time.
Yeah, it feels like I say that and I've put over 200 hours into Scarlet, but I think that's different because
it's a little different.
I don't know. Pokemon for me is comfort food.
Yeah,
where a new thing.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah,
it hasn't. I got to do all this time in it.
Yeah, even though I've heard that, and it's shown that it's obviously an amazing game, it still hasn't proven to me that it's something that I can put that amount of time into.
That's why I haven't played games like Minecraft or Stardew or anything, because I know it's this is a grind.
Yeah, and they're even. I say worse, but what I mean is they're open ended.
Yeah,
and. Baldur's Gate and Persona have an ending.
Yes.
They're giant games, but at least they have an ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Minecraft and Stardew and a whole bunch of other games are just open, and that's also scary.
That's why I always just go back to Fortnite half the times, because I know that I can just hop on for 20 minutes and then be cool, I don't feel weird.
Yeah, there's not an overarching thing to that. That's just per session. Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of those games. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 was the big winner.
It's the big one.
Couple of Nintendo games won awards, Mario Wonder won Family Game.
Tears of the Kingdom won Action Adventure, I think.
And Pikmin won Strategy Game.
Yeah. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah, those were.
Spider-Man didn't win anything.
Yeah, do you feel like Spider-Man was robbed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Spider-Man should have won at least something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good games. The main one that I was mad about was Alan Wake 2 won a lot, which I haven't played. I don't know that game. It seems like it's great, but a lot of people were hyped about it. Not my vibe. I would have put Spider-Man in there instead of that.
Yeah.
No offense to Alan Wake fans.
Yeah.
At least just one thing. It's the same at every single awards show. People get nominated for a bunch of different awards, and it's cool, you're nominated for 6 awards. This game's nominated for 5 awards, and then they win a bunch of awards. And it's it's not that they're not deserving, but it's okay. And this is fan voted, so whatever, it happens. It's like spread the love.
Mhm.
Just give more people awards.
Mhm.
That's just my thought
Mhm.
on how that works.
Yeah. I think I don't think Spider-Man and Insomniac will like suffer by any means from not getting the
No,
awards.
they won't.
But I'm sure the people who worked on the games would have enjoyed the recognition.
I wish they. Yeah, I just wish they got the recognition because, I mean, they did because they got nominated.
Mhm.
But I just wish that they won because I
Mhm.
just feel like they.
I think
it.
any other year they would have cleaned up.
This was just a big year. There's a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, maybe not last year because last year was Elden Ring, but
Fair.
Most other years. Yeah, any year where there isn't like a Zelda or something else that's big and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, like what are you most looking forward to for next year?
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
I don't even remember what's coming out. For me, the only things that are on my brain right now are the Princess Peach Showdown and 1,000-Year Door. Those are the only games that I can think of that are coming out next year.
Cool. I mean, 1,000-Year Door is on my list too.
Yeah.
Princess Peach, I think I want to see more of that game.
Yeah.
Just to see.
I played the Princess Peach DS game, so I'm stoked for this one.
Nice. Yeah. No, I'm stoked that they're doing more with Peach.
Yeah.
But I want to see more from this game for sure. I'll probably still end up getting it anyway. Who am I kidding? The big two for me are Haunted Chocolatier,
which is the sequel to.
It's not a
sequel, but made by the same people as Stardew, right?
You got it. Yeah. So it's
that's coming out next year.
It's a follow up to Stardew, by Concerned Ape, and I can't wait because I love Stardew, and this game looks similar but different in all the right ways.
Cool.
Specifically, you're gonna be able to run a chocolate shop. So you're gonna make your own chocolate, and then you're gonna sell it in a shop, and you're gonna have ghost employees because you're a haunted chocolatier.
Sick.
And so there's gonna be some spooky vibes, which is cool.
Nice. That's cool.
And then another game with also spooky vibes, which isn't usually my thing, but it's the way the devs are going, I guess, with indies at least.
Mm-hmm.
Mina the Hollower. Have you heard?
I haven't heard anything about this.
So the developers that made Shovel Knight, they're called Yacht Club Games.
Yeah.
Their follow up to Shovel Knight is called Mina the Hollower.
Interesting.
And Mina the Hollower looks like kind of a Game Boy Color era top-down Zelda game. So kind of like Link's Awakening DX kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But it has other elements from other games. So Mina has like a whip, kind of like from Castlevania. And her gimmick is that she's a mouse. She can kind of burrow in the ground, which is a cool mechanic. It's kind of similar from a mechanic in Mario Wonder, where you can there's a power up where you can kind of burrow.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that's Mina the Hollower.
Cool.
I definitely recommend looking up some early gameplay of that one because it looks really good. And Shovel Knight is one of the biggest indies ever.
It's huge.
When you think about indies, Shovel Knight, at least for me, is one of the first that comes to mind. And so I haven't
played it, but I've heard lots about it.
It's so good. It's so good.
I have so many things I need to play.
I mean, there's so many games. But Yacht Club was kind of living in the Shovel Knight sphere for a decade.
Yeah.
Right? It released, and then because of their super successful Kickstarter, they had all these stretch goals that they needed to meet. So they were just adding content to Shovel Knight forever, and then also developing a couple of spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were doing the Shovel Knight thing for a decade. And now with Mina the Hollower, they're finally kind of moving on to the next chapter. And Mina looks really good. Haunted Chocolatier, again, looks really good. Super similar to Stardew, but like different mechanics, shop running mechanics.
Cool.
They're my big two.
Nice.
As well as I admittedly forgot about 1,000-Year Door until you mentioned it, but that's another one that I'm looking forward to playing for the first time.
Yeah, I don't even know what's coming out for any other platform.
Well, do you think the Spider-Man 2 DLC is going to come out?
Oh,
2024?
That is what I would hope for.
Mhm.
I would hope that there's going to be some Spider-Man 2 DLC.
Mhm.
I would say there's definitely not going to be Tears of the Kingdom DLC. Did I write down what I was hoping for?
Yeah. You told me that they confirmed no DLC for Tears of the Kingdom.
They did,
which is sad.
Yeah. Yeah, so like besides like I'm honestly I want to catch up on my backlog because I got a lot of games to play.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be
so
sick
I'm okay if it's a slower year.
It'd be sick if 2024 chilled the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because 2023 went so hard.
Which is like great that the gaming industry is booming. It's amazing. But like I don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Booming? Would you say it's not booming?
There's just been a lot of layoffs this year.
That's
also.
true.
Like, yeah, there's been a lot of really cool games coming out, but
yeah.
there's also been a lot of studios with games that have completely flopped.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of layoffs, which is brutal.
That is rough.
But yeah, it'd be cool if 2024 could be a bit more chill. And
I'd be cool with that.
Do you think there's going to be a new Nintendo console?
Yes.
In 2024.
Okay, so here's my predictions for 2024.
All right.
And our hopes. Spider-Man 2 DLC. New Pokemon Legends game?
In fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something, or at least there's going to be some new Pokemon game. Now that Scarlet and Violet's near the end, there's going to be something.
Pokemon is a yearly release.
Yeah.
Whether we like to think of it as that or not.
Whether it's a remake or if it's a new Legends game, I'd be cool with a new Legends game.
Mm-hmm.
So Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they announce that in early 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Release
in fall.
Like tech season, like October-ish,
right.
like before Christmas kind of thing.
Yeah. The Switch came out spring 2017.
Yeah, it came out like March 2017 or something.
And they announced it fall 2016.
Yeah. So that kind of like 6-month-ish period.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, so I guess we haven't really talked about Fortnite yet, but they just had a huge update.
Okay.
So Chapter 5 is out. It's really good. Weapon mods are a thing, but there's 2 new modes in Fortnite that are completely different games that you can play whenever. They're going to keep supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
One is Lego Fortnite, which is essentially Minecraft.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like you are Fortnite characters, but you're Lego. Mm-hmm. So Lego and Epic Games work together.
So does it play the same as Fortnite?
No. So it's like an open world sandbox kind of thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you like
That's
build stuff
interesting
because collect things.
Lego put out a game a few years ago called Lego Worlds that aimed to be Lego Minecraft.
Huh, interesting.
But yeah, I guess they're trying it again within
Fortnite, and it's going really well. And then they released Fortnite Festival, which is so Epic Games bought Harmonix, the company that made Rock Band, and then they released Fortnite Festival, which is essentially just Rock Band, but it's a little bit different. Right now, they don't have guitar controller support or any of like the legacy controllers.
That is
coming in 2024 apparently.
Okay,
so that's something I'm looking forward to. It seems like they might be making a physical Fortnite Festival guitar.
Wow.
Which I'm stoked for that.
Okay.
But it's cool. Yeah. They it rotates the songs a little bit more frequently. Like you have like 10 songs every day and they change out. And you can like buy the songs if you want to keep them.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I didn't know. I thought when I saw Lego Fortnite, I thought it was like Battle Royale Fortnite with the Lego characters.
Nope.
But that's cool.
It's different.
And then I didn't know about
the festival. So if you want to play Rock Band
within Fortnite.
And
another game that is within Fortnite but is a totally different game is the new Rocket Racing game, right?
Oh yes, Rocket Racing.
Yeah,
that is the other one. I always forget about that one. I haven't played that one.
They got Psyonix to make Rocket League Racing in Fortnite, which is such a good idea. I've been saying this for years that I thought that they should just make a racing game with the Rocket League cars and driving.
Yeah, it seems like it's cool.
Yeah. Have you tried it yet?
I played it once and I was like, interesting. And then I haven't had a chance to play it again.
And it's not quite it's not like a kart racer like Mario Kart, but it's not like a Forza either.
It's like a mix between like Burnout and
it's
Mario Kart kind of vibes.
Burnout is a really good example. Absolutely. Yeah. Burnout, Need for Speed kind of. Yeah,
that's where I would put
it. I don't know if this is sad or what, but that's the closest I've come to wanting to download Fortnite is seeing
I'll get you to play with me someday.
I will do that for sure if you can give me some coaching.
Yeah, I will.
I will play no build Fortnite.
Yeah, no, I don't build either.
Okay, that's my stipulation.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, that's cool. Do you have any other predictions?
That's about it.
That's it?
Yeah,
okay. I have a wild idea. A couple years after they put out Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS, they put out a big update called Welcome Amiibo.
Oh, yeah, I didn't play that.
And it introduced Amiibo cards. And they added a new area to New Leaf. It was an RV park. They introduced Harvey, the character, and introduced like Amiibo card and Amiibo functionality to New Leaf on the 3DS. Added a whole bunch of new items because of that. New characters that you could scan in with cards.
Yep.
All really good stuff. This was a free update. I think a couple years now after New Horizons has been out, it's been a year and a bit since we've gotten the last update with the paid DLC for New Horizons with Happy Home Designer.
Yes.
I think in fall 2024, this is a stretch. Fall 2024, they're going to have another paid DLC. And it's going to be Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Islands, something.
Interesting.
I'm not good at subtitles. They can do that. The idea being Tom Nook is like, hey, I bought other islands. They're smaller than this one. They're smaller than this main island.
So more like the ones that you go, the Mystery Island or whatever they're called.
Bigger than that.
Okay, bigger than that.
Bigger than that. But Tom Nook is like, hey, I bought these other islands. I'm hoping you can help me develop them so I can have more people pay me rent. more other animals.
Classic Tom Nook.
And I think you just could either go to the airport or you could go to Captain's boat. Doesn't really matter how you get there. Probably the airport, I guess. I don't know. That feels more official. And you just get more island to customize to do your thing with. And cool. I think it'd be cool if they gave you another house that you could put on that island, because a thing that people do is when they want to continue having things to do in Animal Crossing is they'll take another profile on their Switch and make a new character. And they might not even play as that character, but they'll at least use that character just for the house. Yeah, exactly. Right? Just to continue decorating rooms, basically. So I think it'd be nice if they just added essentially more for you to do. And then also with that, new furniture, new items, new characters. Maybe some other feature that I can't think of because I don't work at Nintendo that would make it cool. But I think the thing that game needs to keep people interested is just kind of more. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when that game came out, they did kind of say that it was only going to be like 3 years of support.
Right. But that 3 years has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing that kind of has given me hope for this idea is the booster course for Mario Kart came out 8 years after.
Right. That's fair.
I guess not 8 years on Switch, like 6 years on Switch after. Was it 6 years? 5 years on Switch. Came out 5 years after the game released on Switch.
Okay.
So that kind of gives me hope for for games that have been out for a little while.
Yeah.
And April 2024, Animal Crossing, this is sad to think about, Animal Crossing New Horizons will be 4 years old.
March 2024.
March.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
It feels like just yesterday.
I
was
know.
playing that game all the time. And
Yep.
I'd love to go back. I'd love to play that game more. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm out of stuff.
I haven't even finished the Happy Home Academy or the Happy whatever.
Yeah,
design
that feels. I know what you mean. Like it's.
I mean, you definitely have. I know you have more hours than I, but I've put like 400 hours into that game because I had nothing else to do. And then once things started getting busy again, I was like, well, I can just do this in real life.
Yeah, that game really benefited from the amount of time we had at that time.
It was like perfect timing.
Yeah,
for it to come out.
But I think if with this idea, if they added just like islands and not even just the one island, like I think if Tom Nook was like, hey, I have this other island, and then if he was like, I have this after you finish the first island, maybe if he was like, I have this other
instead
island,
of overwhelming you with like, here's 10 islands, it's
right.
Like,
it's just like one at a time. Maybe you get like, I don't know, 4 total for.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
And I think it would be another way for you to like have more villagers because you know how you're kind of locked to 10.
10, yeah.
On your island.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have more.
It'd be nice to be able to like keep more. They're not on your main island, but at least you can still go visit them. And
that's fair.
Anyway. So that's my idea.
How do you think that lines up with a potential new console?
Well, I think
do you think there will be a new console? Yes.
I think they might have announced it by now. If it was
coming in next year,
yeah,
even if it's fall,
I think they might announce it fall 2024,
and then not release,
and it might come out spring 2025. That's my unfortunate prediction, and I'm sorry about it.
I hope it's sooner.
I know, but I
guess we'll see.
I don't know, but also, if 2024 is a slower year, that's maybe I don't know. I guess another thing is I think we will get Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal on Switch Online. I think we won't get Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald on the Game Boy Advance. I think they'll only do Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal because they were on the 3DS eShop. I don't think they'll go further than that.
That's fair.
That's my guess.
I hope we get freaking Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I bet at the end of the Switch they will do that.
Like how they did the Skyward Sword thing, but it's like there's already an HD remake, but no one bought the Wii U. So, I mean, I bought a Wii U just to play those.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it all goes.
I bet as a way to kind of.
If they need to if they're like, okay, we need to prolong this Switch life.
Yeah.
Just
they're
a little bit more.
Yeah, they're like a parachute for that.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like so far, at least for the two of us, 2024 is going to be a slow year for games, which will give us lots of time to catch up on everything we have ever wanted to play.
Yeah. Finally play Baldur's Gate.
Finally play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I want to play every single 3D Zelda game.
Nice. I love that.
I also need to finish Mario Wonder. I need to start and finish Mario RPG. I have Jedi Survivor, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart to play as well. Hogwarts Legacy, I need to finish. Spider-Man 2, I need to finish the side quests and stuff. Tears of the Kingdom, I have side quests to finish. So many games.
Lots to do.
Not enough time.
I know.
Hopefully the holidays. I'll probably just be playing Pokemon, let's be real. Actually, so Shia announced that I was getting that we were getting a puppy. I flew home from a gig in Toronto and she's like, we need to talk about your Christmas gift. I want to give it to you early. I was like, okay, what? And she's like, oh, I'm getting us a puppy. And I was like, okay, great. Wow, that's big. And I was like, I got you a big Christmas gift too. I bought an Xbox.
Hell yeah.
Because Fable.
Yeah.
When is new Fable coming out? That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
So Shai really likes Fable.
Nice.
That's why I bought her an Xbox. I bought the Series X because it's backwards compatible with all Xbox generations.
Yeah.
I've never owned an Xbox before. This is my first time. I was really excited for Starfield. I know it kind of flopped. But I'm still excited for it.
Mhm.
I'm getting that for Christmas. I bought it for myself. It's under the tree.
Sick.
So I'm going to play Starfield.
Nice.
And that's what I'm excited for.
That's what you're excited for.
But yeah.
Another thing.
Lots of stuff to play.
Another thing I wanted to ask was, what was a game that you played this year that didn't release this year that you enjoyed?
I mean, I think Breath of the Wild would be that one. I honestly, like, besides starting to play Emerald, most games that I've played this year were released this year.
Okay.
I don't think there's a whole lot that didn't come out this year. I've always kind of been like, and that's why I don't have anything finished, is because I'm like, oh, this game's coming out. Now this game's coming out. Now this game's coming out. So then I buy the game when it comes out, play it, and then don't have any more time for it. And then something else. Yeah, something else comes out, and then I never finish any games. That's kind of what happens. So, yeah.
It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But this year, actually, like, I still bought a lot of games, but compared to last year and like the first couple years of the PS5 specifically being out, I was like, every new game that I had any interest in, I would get it. But this year I was like, okay, like Horizon Forbidden West, I didn't buy it because I knew I wouldn't have time to play it. I haven't finished the first one yet. And so I was like, this is a game I want to play eventually, but I'm not going to buy it right now because I know I don't have the time. I'm just being smart.
That's good.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. And then eventually, if you decide to get Forbidden West, it might be on sale.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing is, like, I'm going to try next year to not buy as many games on launch unless I'm super excited about them, because so many of these games that I've bought on launch, like most games I pre-order and buy it on launch, I don't have enough time to play them, and then they go on sale, and I'm just like, I paid full price for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same thing, which feels bad.
It feels bad, but whatever.
I played a game a lot this year that released a few years. I don't even know when it released, honestly, but it's called Mini Motorways.
I've never heard of it.
No? So simply, you just have to drag roads from houses to, I don't know, stores or offices, whatever you want to call. And then the houses and the offices are color coded.
Okay.
So eventually, as you're playing a map, it zooms out and the amount of area expands, and different colored houses and offices start appearing.
Cool.
And you kind of have to manage traffic because I don't know, cars move as if they're real. And, you have to manage traffic, and you have a limited amount of road tiles as well. And you basically try to last as long as you can. And I played it a lot this year. Nice. It's a game that I don't often aim to 100% anything, but just with the achievement system on Steam, it's a game that I think I would like to 100% because it's it feels like all of the achievements are like attainable puzzles, basically.
Cool. For
a bunch of the levels in the game. It's just super chill. There isn't really music per se. There's just like really like just nice tactile sound effects.
Oh, cool.
And it's like nice. It's like scratches my brain.
Sweet.
Yeah, I played that game a lot this year, as well as Marvel Snap and Legends of Runeterra.
Oh yeah, I've got into Marvel Snap a little bit.
Nice.
Just a little bit.
Nice.
I played it for maybe like a couple weeks and then dropped it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Right. Yellow, what was your game of the year?
Yeah, I played Ball.
Oh, Ball is good.
I played Ball.
I love Game & Watch Ball.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, sweet. Well, I think...
You know what else happened this year?
What else happened this year?
We started a podcast.
We did start a podcast.
How about that?
That's pretty cool. I know we're only 4 episodes in, but I think it's still
I think I want to
sick.
keep... I think we should do it throughout 2024. How's that sound?
I think that sounds awesome. maybe, I mean, once a month has been manageable.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it'd be cool to do it more, but I don't know if that's possible yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we can. I'm down.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm down. What does chat think? Do you think we should keep doing Frostbytes? I mean, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it regardless.
Yeah, regardless. But I'm having fun. It's been cool to just like chat and talk about games with someone. And get to hang. You get to pet Yellow all the time.
Oh yeah,
leave with a whole
that's
pants
really the
full
only reason
of hair. More video games podcast. Hell yeah. I'm glad y'all are into it. It's been so cool to be like, I have a podcast. And like we're still figuring it out. There's still some kinks, but I think for the most part we're like starting to get a groove with it, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better. Mm-hmm. And all of y'all have been here since the start.
Yeah.
You're the OGs.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening.
Yeah. Thank you everybody.
Yeah.
I think that wraps 2023 Frostbytes. It's pretty wild. So cool.
So cool.
Well, we do this live once a month on Twitch, but if you're not with us live, we post this on YouTube, and it's also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Frostbytes Podcast, YouTube, all the things. You can follow mine and Spencer's personal Twitch accounts or social media accounts. Twitch, I am just _Kiyashi, and Spencer is Caprio _.
Yeah. Gotta get those underscores in there.
Gotta get those underscores in there. All right, folks. I think that's it.
I think we did it.
We did it. Let's play the song again.